What's going on, guys? It's 10-Minute Tech Reviews, and today we are going to take a look at a case for the Z Fold 7. Shout out to the good folks at Torras who send this out to me for review. And this is their Torras 360 magnetic ring case. So we're going to check this out and get into it right after this intro.
I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's go get.
So once again, the good folks at Torras reached out to me, asked me if I'd review this case, and I like Torras products. I've had them before, so let's get straight into this. First of all, let's start with the packaging. I'm a big packaging person, and this is what I like to see from any company, especially for the price that this is. And I think at the time of me making this video, I think this case actually goes for about 80 bucks. Now, first of all, you'll say it's kind of steep. However, what you get in the box, I think, is worth it, and the type of protection it provides, and also, you know, kind of how it works. Now, again, it's up to you. There's a lot of other cases out there. A few you can find the cheap ones, medium price ones. I think, you know, from the Spigens to, of course, the Rinkies, which I'm reviewing Rinky, to the Ghost Techs, to even the Eye Blazing cases. The prices are going to range. And then, of course, the official Samsung Galaxy cases are going to kind of run you a little bit. However, this year, the phone's thinner, the cases are thinner, but is the protection just as good on a thinner case that's not so bulky, because we're used to big and bulky stuff. So let's see what we get in this one and roll. So with the Torras, let me just open this up here. And this presentation, let me see if I can pull back on this a little bit. This presentation on Torras is pretty phenomenal here. Let me see if I can pull back a little bit and then zoom in. So the Torras folks, actually, if you can see the inside of that, sorry for the camera being a little bit bumpy, but it also says "Be Here Now," something really simple, and you kind of get a nice little kit in here. So if you were only looking to buy one case, here is an option for if you're a one case person. I'm not a one case person. I have cases for days for my phones, and I'm serious. I like to change cases. I like having a different feel on my phone. Changing it up a little bit makes you feel like you got a new phone, if that makes any sense. But this package is pretty good. So first of all, let's start with what they give you. It's nice. Here's the one side, so this would be the back. Now, I do like this. If you can look here, I'm gonna see if I can zoom that in. A little Torras branding on the side, nice little grip, and then there's that 360 magnet, and of course it works with MagSafe. And the difference with this magnet is it, of course, 360 at twist. There are Torras magnets that you actually hold on to and they spin around for the other phones, but this also gives you a chance. It holds in one spot, and then of course you can adjust the things that you want to do in here with this, so that's actually pretty good. And then of course you've got this side of the case, which it comes with a frame. There are a few Z Fold cases that don't have the frame. People are going to question that. However, I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I think that's not such a bad thing, because there are some case makers that make great cases that have like the back and the hinge protection, and then, you know, you throw a tempered glass on it and it's good. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But here is the frame. It's very thin. Little spot here, like a little indentation, if you can see that, so you can actually put your hand there to open the case. I'll show you that. And here's the key to this one. There's no stickers in this one, folks. Nothing. No stickers. The Spigen case that I've been using on my Z Fold 7, which I have a video out of coming out of this pretty soon. It is, of course, has the MagSafe, or the magnet in it, if they call it MagSafe, but MagFit is what they call it, not MagSafe, excuse me. But this has a couple of little stickers up in the top, but they're not really intrusive, meaning they don't really come off on your phone. They don't leave a mark so far. I mean, I would think if you wore this for a long period of time, you know, stickers may, you know, leave a little mark. However, they do give you replacement stickers, and I got another video on this, but I was just showing you a little difference in that one. So again, the other things that you get in this is, if you look inside the box a little bit more, it's an all-in-one kit. So look at that. They give you 2 screen protectors, and these are tempered glass screen protectors. 9H hardness rating. It's really good. So you get 2 of those, and then you get 2 kits to actually install those. Now my guess is there is no tempered glass screen protector frame, so this would probably be one of those where you'd actually put the case on the phone and then use the guide from the front of the case to help you install their tempered glass screen protector. Now I'm not putting those on, however I do have a tempered glass screen protector on my phone, and it is actually from Spigen, and we're going to see if the Spigen tempered glass screen protector plays nice with this. So let's check it out and see. Alright, the first thing that I'm going to want to do here is I am going to simply just install the front piece on here first. So let's get that on. Now, I just took that Spigen case off and I already wiped it down. So other than the edges are fine. I wiped down everything. So this fits great from what I can see right now. And let me just show you the side here. It's got that little indentation there. And then the back is very interesting because if you look here, I'm going to take it kind of out and go in. But if you look, there's a little bit of a dip in here. So that looks like that's going to make it to where it plays really well when it opens and closes. And, you know, that's pretty much it for sure. Alright, now let's install the back of the case. Pretty simple. I usually just install mine. Just put it down at the bottom and just attach it and press down. Should hear a snap. It's got that hinge mechanism inside of it. There's enough room in here, it looks like, and the hinge goes pretty good. Seems like it actually flows pretty good. And that's it. Again, no adhesive stickers on this one. Let me give you a look at what it looks like as it's on the case. Access to your power button, volume up and down. Cutouts are spot on for your, make sure I do have this on right. Okay, your cutouts, they look like they are spot on. Let me make sure I don't have this on in the incorrect way, so I'm just gonna give a little press. So the cutouts look like they are pretty much spot on down here. They're a little bit off at the top where that speaker is, but there's a little bit of funnel, so you shouldn't have any problems. But the top cutouts, a little bit, they're the same there, and just slightly off right there at the top. But that's it. I don't see that being a big problem. Overall, the fit and feel of the case is nice. Again, minimal branding. Got that grip right there on the side, so you feel it. And then you've got the MagSafe on the back, and this is how the case actually looks. Now, one of the things I did see about this case before I actually got it, a lot of people said that they purchased it early, and it wasn't fitting their Z Fold 7s. They were having a problem with when they opened the case, this frame would actually slide out. So I was waiting to get it on, and again, I have nothing else, no stickers on, so I wanted to check this out and see how it looked when you actually opened it, and let's check that out. And look at there, there's no give at all. This thing does not come out. Again, I am pulling on this. There's a little bit of flex on the outside, not much, so that doesn't worry me at all. And then no give to the sides. But it looks like when you open and close this does not come off at all from the frame of the phone, and it sits there. The other thing is if you look at the back and how it looks, let me show you that. I mean, does it add a little bit to the phone? But I honestly think that this is one of those cases that when you put it on, it does almost have that skin type feel on your phone to where it doesn't make it that much thicker at all. Maybe slightly, but when I say slightly, it is minute to me. So again, you'll be able to, you know, charge your phone easy. And the good thing that I like about this phone, or not the phone, but the case, sorry, is that there's that kickstand. Now you can actually put that kickstand up like this. Look at your content as such. You can open it, and then you'll have to turn this hinge, or and look at that. The magnet looks really good. Turn it that way. It does have, when you turn it this way, it's only going to go so far back, but it does seem like it holds the phone in a couple of different positions. So that's good, and stops at a point. And then you just basically turn it back up, and when you want to close it, that's it. I do have a question about wondering how long this is actually going to last, especially if you're doing this back and forth with the phone a lot. That's going to be interesting to me over time as I wear this case to see. But the good thing about these case makers like Torras, you have this, they have a limited warranty, so reaching out to them and telling them something happened with the hinge, showing your proof of purchase, they'll usually send you out a replacement case. So that's really the best thing about some of these manufacturers, no matter where you buy it, if it's Amazon or direct through the actual company. So the last thing I want to check here is, of course, it is MagFit, not MagSafe, and I want to check and see what it's like. I do have a MagSafe ring. I pretty much altered or changed all of my last fold cases to add MagSafe to them, and this is one of my favorite rings, and it looks like, I'm going to hold that down here, and I'm just going to do it one-handed, and of course, to be safe, I'm going to shake this thing and see how it holds, and it does give a little bit, but only because it's trying to pull that magnet out. But as far as holding that and feeling like you're secure, well, that's nice. That's nice. So yeah, snaps right there, and then if you have a MagSafe ring in your car, pop it on and you're good to go. But overall, I would have to rate this as a pretty good case to go with. Very slim for the price and the package. I think it's so. Again, folks, this is the Torras Magnetic 360 case. I will leave links in the description for this if you're interested in purchasing it. Cases, the last thing I want to say about cases, it's going to kind of be up to the person. But if you make an investment in a phone that costs this price, in my humble opinion, just my humble opinion, you want to protect it. Now, if you're in the house all the time and you don't really have butterfingers and you don't think you're going to drop your phone, then hey, knock on wood, you don't have to case it up at all. But because of the way that the phone is made and it's very slippery, I would always suggest either getting a slim case or a skin. I've got some cases coming from, or that I already have in hand. I have Rinky, which I will be doing reviews on those, the Samsung cases, which are just backs, and then some other speaking cases. But I do have some cases coming from Binks. Quick shout out to Jay Williams. I saw his Binks case reviews, and I'm waiting on mine from the folks at Binks. And when I tell you, Binks cases are one of my favorite cases to use. I've used them for a long time. Now, this is my Binks case for my Z Fold, my last Z Fold. And while it is thicker, I really liked having this. I added MagSafe to it, but just a front screen and a screen protector. Everything was open. Because the screen was so narrow, it did give me a little bit more play on the front of the phone, and that was mainly because, without that, if you put, any kind of, cover on the front, it did kind of cramp the screen up a little bit. It's still narrow, but this made it a little bit easier. And the folks at Binks, they designed a really good case for the Z Fold 5 and the Z Fold 6. And again, it's a back with a hinge, which is, to me, most important. And then you throw a tempered glass and you're fine. And of course, I have the ring when I have it open that I need to. So I liked using this one. And when I get the one there, I can't wait to do that review. But that would be maybe a case that people would look at if they didn't want the front protection and they just wanted a case with hinge protection. There are going to be options. There's plenty of videos out there you guys can check out, not just mine, when I get ready to do my video on the Binks case. But that's always an option. Again, folks, this is the Torras Mag 360 case. For the price, I don't think you can beat it. It's a nice little package. So if you're interested in getting it, again, I'll leave the link in the description. I would still say, if you're going to purchase this phone, get some kind of protection. The phone is already light enough, and it's also slippery. So to me, until they start making these phones out of, vibranium to where they can't be destroyed, I would suggest you either put a skin to give you some grip. And the case at a minimum, especially if you can find one that has this hinge protection. This is not like last year's Fold or the Fold before that where you're talking about a thick fold. It's thin enough. Hinge protection is very important to me. It may not be important to you, but you got to ask yourself, as I do some of these case videos, I'm only going to show you the cases and the ones that I am going to probably use on the regular on my phone, but you'll have to make the decision yourself of the case that you want to buy. I will say this is a good case. I would say if I had to purchase this case, I wouldn't mind spending the 70 bucks for it. I'm also the type of person that's on Amazon and I'm looking for deals. I'll throw it in my cart and wait till the price drops and then get it on some sort of flash sale. But when I see it, I'd grab it. But it's worth the money because you get the whole package, 2 tempered glass screen protectors, the case itself, and then warranty and peace of mind. Again, a limited warranty with the folks at Torras if anything happens to the case itself. Like I was talking about this back 360 plate, you know. So that's something that you'd have to think about when you're buying any of these cases. But yeah, this one's a go. I like it. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. Like I said, my next cases that are coming out tomorrow, I've got some videos coming from Ghost Tech, Rinky, Spigen, Binks, and the folks at Subcase. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.